Hi, I'm Allie with the Potomac Bead Company, and I'm going to show you how to make a leather wrap bracelet. There's a couple ways that you can do the leather wrap bracelet, not just with leather, but also with cotton cording, silk cording, thread, and other stringing materials. The bracelet that I'm going to be working with today is working with leather, Wildfire Beading Thread, a size 10 needle, and some Czech Glass Beads. I started to assemble this bracelet by taking my leather and cutting it double the length of my wrist plus an additional 2 inches. I doubled the leather and did a simple overhand knot. In addition to the overhand knot, I have tied my Wildfire beading thread onto the leather by gathering both strands together after the first knot. Now what I'm going to do to add some beads onto them is pick up a bead with my needle and let it drop down as far and as close to the leather as possible. The beads are going to separate the leather and to form 2 rows with the beads lying in the inner channel. I place my bead in between the leather and I'm going to sew around the leather, back up through the bead, towards the top of the bracelet. Pull your cording the whole way to the very top. The tighter you can do this and the better you're going to have tension on your project, the nicer your project is going to come out. Once I get to the top of the bead, I take the thread and wrap it around the leather and take my needle back through the Czech glass bead in the opposite direction, working from top to bottom. After it's linked at both sides of the leather, I'm going to pick up my next bead. I pick up my next Czech glass bead and slide it right into position next to my first bead. When I get this in place, I'm going to take my needle and thread, go around the leather from front to back, and the needle goes down towards the bottom of the bracelet. I'm going to repeat this step, wrapping the leather with the thread at the bottom and back up through the bead. You're constantly going up and down through the bead and then adding a bead. This pattern will continue as I add another bead on to the bracelet. At this point, I've finished my beads and placing them onto the thread. I've disconnected my needle from my thread, and what I'm going to do is take my large bead. If you have a bead that has a big enough hole that you can get both strands of leather through, it makes it easier to finish off. I put both strands through my bead and simply tie an overhand knot. Pull it nice and taut. Take a cutters or scissors and just clip off your ends. You can then take a dab of glue if you would like and put that on there. On this side of the bead, I'm going to take this extra thread, wrap it around twice, 3 times, and then knot it into my bracelet. And that is how you complete your leather wrap bracelet.